your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
And we're in the bottom of the first inning here on Y101 with the Trojans and the Bulldogs in a non-region game in Game 2 today of a doubleheader, the second doubleheader of the season. The Bulldogs played a doubleheader in Appling County last Saturday, which they fell short 8-0 and 3-0. The Bulldogs, a short story, are looking for a win. The Bulldogs haven't won a game since they played Portal and shut them out 13-0. The Bulldogs are looking to get a win to improve their record. Right now, the Bulldogs are 1-5 overall. And up to bat for Toombs County will be Chandler Lynn. Chandler Lynn is also playing center field today. The first pitch to him, missing for ball one. On the mound is Jared Dobson for the Trojans. Lynn stepping back in, 1 ball, no strikes. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch. And missing off the plate for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes on the left-handed junior. Here's the pitch. And that's missing for 3-0. Or the left-handed hitter, should I say. 3 balls, no strikes on Chandler Lynn. He is ahead here in the count. Way ahead. Dobson working from the windup, coming set, winding, and delivering the 3-0. And that's going to be ball 4 for Chandler Lynn. And that's going to bring up Gray Stevens, who's DHing for shortstop Cody Cortez today in Game 2. Stevens wearing number 22, batting from the right-hand side. Played first in Game 1 today. In Game 1, Gray Stevens went 1 for 4 with an RBI single in the first, which put the Bulldogs on top 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Lynn has his lead. Here's the pitch, swing, and a missed strike 1 from Stevens. Dobson wearing number 2, pitching from the right. We got a righty-righty matchup now. Chandler Lynn getting his lead. Chandler's fast, so Chandler might be getting more than just first base here. Could be going on to second. Next pitch, sort of a check swing, but he didn't go. That'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dobson coming back onto the mound, now working from the stretch. Chandler Lynn getting his lead. And here's the 1-1 to the plate. That'll be in for a strike on the inside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes on junior Gray Stevens. Gray steps in. Chandler with the lead. Dobson giving a look. Dobson delivering for next pitch. We'll make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Stevens stepping back in. Dobson coming set, giving a look at Lynn on first. Here's the pitch. Lynn going, and that pitch is missing, and Lynn's going to be at second easily. Actually, that'll be a called strike 3 on Stevens. Didn't see the umpire give any kind of signal. So called strike 3 on Stevens, and Lynn gets down to second.
Next for the Bulldogs, number 12, Trey Cloud, with number 14, Will Watson.
1 down to bring up the left fielder, senior Trey Cloud, for the Bulldog baseball team. He went 2 for 3 last game. First pitch is going to be fouled off for strike 1. He'll be followed by number 14, right fielder Will Watts, and then number 25, first baseman Logan Knight. Cloud batting from the left. Lynn with his lead at second. Runner in scoring position for the Dogs. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2 from Cloud. The Dogs can score some early, which, as you see, just scoring some early and then scoring no more for the rest of the game doesn't really work. If you're going to jump on top, you got to jump on top by a lot and then hold them. Cloud's going to hit this one in the 5-6 hole. Actually, the shortstop moves over and gets the ball. However, Chandler Lynn slides in safely to third. That would be Jalen Clemens, who's moving over from second to short. So I'm going to say Trey Cloud reaching with a base hit there. And runners in first and third. And that'll bring up right fielder Will Watts. Watts wearing number 14 and bats from the right-hand side, a freshman. Runner in scoring position, and it's Chandler Lynn. He could easily score on a pass ball, I believe. We'll see here what happens. Here's the pitch. Watts gets a hold of this one, fouls it back out of play for strike one. On deck's first baseman Logan Knight. Logan started out pitching the last game. Dobson coming on the mound. Cloud and Lynn with their leads. Here's the 0-1. Getting away from the catcher, and Lynn wanted to go, but it hit one of those metal bars back behind home plate and bounced back rather quickly. And so Trey Cloud got down to second. So now both runners are in scoring position for Will Watts as he steps back in, batting from the right-hand side. A tall guy. Dobson now reverting to the windup here. Will Watts sends this one out to left center field. The center fielder, Trey Best, moves over, makes the catch. Chandler Lynn's tagging up. He's going to score, and Trey Cloud's also tagging up, and he gets down to third. The Bulldogs have gone ahead 1-0 on a sac fly by Will Watts. Two down with a runner at third. Base hit to the outfield would score him, and the Bulldogs would be on top 2-0 as they were in game one. But the Bulldogs, once again, jumping on the team early in early innings. Now we just have to see if in this game they stay ahead, holding them in the defensive times of the game. First pitch tonight's ball one. 1 ball, no strike, 2 down. Here's Dobson. That pitch will be in for a strike on night in the inside part of the plate. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Knight's going to put this on the ground to Clemens at short. Fields it, fires to first, and that'll be out number 3. So the Bulldogs not doing the same as they did in game one, jumping up 2-0, but they did jump up 1-0 on the Trojans. We're going to take a break and come back in the second at Jackie Jones on Y101.
This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lyons, Vidalia, Y101.
Do you have a family member who forgets to take his or her medication? At All Care Pharmacy, we organize the patient's medication by dose and time of day, and we package it to ensure patient compliance, all at no additional cost. Our Care Plus prescription service helps eliminate emergency room visits due to medication errors, giving the patient and the caregiver a level of security and comfort. If you have a loved one who could benefit from this service, call Debbie Holly at 524-0100.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Danielle Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates Invite.
Chase Musselman is on the mound for the Bulldogs here in the top of the second inning. The Bulldogs are in game 2 of a doubleheader versus the I just lost the name of this team completely. Telfair County Trojans. Man. Oh, man. So up to bat will be the 7, 8, and 9 batters for Telfair County: Landon Connell, Russ Ray, and Jalen Clemens. Landon Connell in game 1 went 0 for 3. Musselman now working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Ball, which is going to remain high for ball 1. Musselman is a junior at Toombs County High School. Here's the pitch. This ball fouled almost into the dugout of the Trojans. However, bouncing around in there, it came out. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Connell. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in for a strike to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. On decks, catcher Russ Ray, who in game 1 went 1 for 3 with a double. Musselman coming set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3. 1 down. That'll bring up catcher Russ Ray. He'll be followed by shortstop Jalen Clemens.
With 1 out, up next for the Trojans, number 11, Ray.
Ray's batting from the right-hand side. Steps in. Musselman coming set, working from the windup. Here's the 1-out pitch. It's going to be low for ball 1. Musselman returns back to the mound, comes set, winding. Here's the 1-0. This ball's going to be hit on the ground to Alex Gordy. Gordy moves over to the 4-3 hole. It wasn't really to Alex Gordy. He had to make a tough move to his left, unable to get to it, and that's going to be a reach for Russ Ray. 1 down to bring up Jalen Clemens, the shortstop.
Number 4, Clemens up to bat. Number 14, Bess. 1 away.
Clemens stepping in, batting from the right-hand side. Runner at first. Ray has his lead. Musselman working from the stretch now with a runner. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike. That'll make it 0-1. Logan Knight holding the runner on at first. He's playing first in game 2 today. Here's a 0-1. Swing. That makes it 0-2. Now I talked to Coach James, and Coach James says that Chase Musselman right now is the guy he's looking at to be the number 1 guy for the pitching. Here's a 0-2 count. Popped up, foul out of play. He's starting in this game. He started in the game versus Coffee County. Chase Musselman pitched 4 innings. He allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, none of which were earned, had 2 walks, and 4 Ks. Here's a 0-2 pitch. Low and inside for ball 1. Ball's getting back to Musselman. He's coming set. Giving a look at Ray. Or that's not Ray. That's somebody's pinch running for him. This ball looks like it hit the batter, but he swung. So that'll be, I guess, a foul ball. Did it hit the batter? What it looked like to me, but he swung, so he steps back in. I can't tell who that is, pinch running for Russ Ray. Here's the pitch. Low. Duke stays with it. That'll be ball 2. If I could see his number, I could tell you who it is. But I can't see his number. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This ball's popped up into the air. It's going to be shallow center, and Chandler Lynn runs in. Alex Gordy, I think, made the call, but unable to get to it. It was just behind second base and very shallow center, and it came out of the glove of Alex Gordy, but Chandler Lynn picked up the ball and threw it to second to get the force play there. That'll be out number 2. 2 down. We're back to the top of the order.
With 2 down, up next for Telfair County, number 14, Bess. Number 7, King. 1 down.
I think this is somebody else, number 24. I don't have him on my roster. Next pitch, or first pitch to whoever this is, fouls off. Strike 1. You think it's just the jersey? Okay.
I wrote it down.
Trey Bess. There we go. Yeah, okay, I see now. This is Trey Bess. 0-1 on him in his first at bat. He flew out to Will Watts. Here's the pitch. This ball's popped up high up into the air to left fielder Trey Cloud. He's going back all the way to the fence, and he is unable to stay with this ball. 1 run's going to score easily, and Trey Bess is standing up on second with an RBI double. And this game is tied up. 2 down. Jude King stepping in, playing right field today for the Trojans. Where's number 7? Bats from the right. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Ball's popped up into the air. Foul out of play for strike one. 0-1 on Jude King. His first at bat, he reached on an error by third baseman Bryson Stanley. Here's the 0-1. Missing for ball one. One count. Musselman coming set. Here's the pitch. High for ball two. Two balls and one strike as Musselman comes set, giving a look at his runner. Going to throw back there, and the ball was offline and is going to sail into center field where Chandler Lynn was on the run in and gets it back in. Bulldog defense this game has been a bit on the shaky side. Actually never seen the defense this way this season. Maybe they'll calm down and come together. Here's the pitch, low for ball three. A shaky defense behind a pitcher will make a pitcher nervous. And you don't want a nervous pitcher. You want the pitcher to be calm and relaxed as possible. Next pitch, fouled for strike two, and Chase Musselman, with help from Jude King, has worked the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down and a runner at second. Musselman coming set, giving a look at Trey Bess at second. Here's the full count. This ball lined over the head of Bryson Stanley in the left field, and they're going to send Trey Bess around third. He's coming home. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be in time. The ball's getting away from Jason Dukes, and it looks like Jude King's going to get down to second. And now the Trojans are leading the Bulldogs 2-1. Two down. That'll bring up Trey Blankenship. Blankenship flew out to center fielder Chandler Lynn. He's batting from the right-hand side. Runner at second. Musselman ready on the mound. And Blankenship's going to step out and step back in wearing number 3, excuse me. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in for a strike. 0-1 on a right-handed hitter. Kind of has a close stance to the plate. Musselman coming set. Here's the pitch. High for ball one. Blankenship stepping back in. Musselman coming set, giving a look. Here's the 1-1. A nice off-speed pitch or a breaking ball, more or less. Sliding right back up the middle for a base hit, and the run's going to be held up at third. And now Toombs County has runners on the corners. For back-to-back-to-back base hits for Trey Bess, Jude King, and Trey Blankenship. 2 down to bring up Jared Dobson, the pitcher for this game for the Telfair County Trojans.
Dobson up next for the Trojans, and number 17, Rogers on net. 2 away.
He's stepping back in. Musselman, with runners on the corners, is coming set. Here's the pitch to the plate. Hit on the ground to Cortez. Cortez feels it, has it, bobbles it. Going to throw to first. Does he get him? No. Logan Knight's unable to hold on to the ball. Like I said, I haven't seen this Bulldog defense like this all year. And the runner from second gets down to third. In addition to everything else that's happening. The defense, especially that of the left side of the infield, seems to have trouble holding on to the ball on an infield grounder. Seems like they're bobbling it around. It looks like, as I knew was going to happen after that, Derek James is coming out to talk to his team. Bulldogs making errors after errors after errors in this game. We're only an inning and a half in, and they've made 4 errors. And a run scored. So the Trojans leading the Bulldogs early. In the second inning, 3-1. Had to open up a window here in the press box. Sun blaring right in here on us. Just not that cold outside. Actually feels comfortable to me. Now, I guess I would rather be cold than hot, because if you think about it, you can only take so many clothes off to try to cool down. You can put as many clothes on as you want to warm up. Doesn't that sound right? Jonathan Rogers, the first baseman for Telfair County, up to bat. Here's the pitch from Musselman. It fouls off the tip of his bat, so that has to be strike one. Didn't that fell off the tip? Yeah, so that's strike one on Rogers. Runner got down to second, but that was a foul ball. Unless they're not going to call it a foul ball. Here's the pitch. Swing, ball ricocheting off the helmet of catcher Jason Dukes. They're calling that one a foul ball. Yeah. The umpire did not call that a foul ball that came off the bat of Jonathan Rogers, the first pitch. I was wondering why the runner went down to second. Here's the 1-1. This ball's popped high up into the air. Looks like Bryson Stanley is going to make this play. He's calling everyone off and makes the catch. And the Bulldogs get out of this not so great inning for them. The Trojans leading 3-1 as we go into the bottom of the second in a non-region game on Y101.
Check out these great deals going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in lines, like 8-foot battery booster cables, $8.99, or 10-foot battery booster cables, $14.99. Max Premium Starting Fluid, $1.99. Chevron Delo 400 SDE HD diesel motor oil, $12.99 a gallon. 2.5 gallon of diesel DEF, $9.99. 20-piece SAE metric 12-point socket set, 3/8 drive for $29.99. There's some more great savings going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in lines, and we hope to see you there.
The Sandwich Shop, located at 213 Green Street in Vidalia, has all your fresh homemade sandwiches. Amy and the gang can fix you a sandwich with over 20 different varieties of sandwiches, from the common BLT to a Philly steak and cheese. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Give them a call at 537-9263. Hope to see you there.
Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. We're in the bottom of the second inning in a non-region game, in game 2 of 2 today at Jackie Jones. These games were supposed to originally be played over in Telfair, but due to the rain they had, they said their field wasn't the best of in conditions right now, so that's why we're at Jackie Jones today. The Bulldogs, I think, have had the worst inning this season, last inning, allowing the Trojans to score 3 runs on multiple errors around the field. Really only one. Well, they had a few base hits that in that inning, but could have been out of the inning if errors weren't made. But that's behind the Bulldogs, and now they just need to score some runs as they worried about that in the bottom of the second inning. The Dogs are down 3-1. Up to bat is second baseman Alex Gordy. Here's the pitch from Dobson. First pitch to Gordy is in for a strike. Last game, Alex Gordy went 0 for 2. Alex Gordy went 0 for 1 with a hit by a pitch and a walk. Next pitch to Gordy, off the plate and low for ball 1. Gordy is a junior at Toombs County High School this year. Dobson. Coming set, winding. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be low for ball 2. This umpire behind home plate is very vocal. Actually, make sure everyone knows the count. You know, some umpires don't really make sure of that. This ball's going to be lined over to second baseman Landon Connell, and that'll be out number 1. I'll bring up Chase Musselman, another junior at Toombs County High School, and your pitcher in game 2 today.
Number 4, Chase
If you're on the radio or you're running a scoreboard or anything and you look away for a second and you question the call, it's always helpful to have an umpire who lets you know the count ever so often. First pitch to Musselman is low for ball 1. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-0. Musselman has a nice hit to left field. Harrelson moving over and makes the grab, and that'll be out number 2. 2 down, and that'll bring up Bryson Stanley. Playing third today, wearing number 2, bats from the right.
next for the Bulldogs. Number 2, Bryson Stanley. Number 15, Jason Dukes.
So far, Dobson's had a 2 up, 2 down, the bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs scoring 1 in the first. Here's the pitch. Stanley gets under this one and sends it sky high over to first baseman Jonathan Rogers, who makes the grab over to his right, and that'll be a 3 up and 3 down for Dobson. We're going to the top of the third. Bulldogs down 3-1 as we break on Y101.
Need a loan? You're always on the winning team with First Franklin. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.onefc.com. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Check out these great deals going on this week at your Telfair Galaxy food store lines, like 2-piece Boston Butts, 98 cents a pound. Whole fryers, 98 cents a pound. 5-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, 2 for $5. 4-pound bag of better value sugar, $1.68. Folgers ground coffee, $5.98. 48-ounce Turkey Hill ice cream, 2 for $5. There's some more great deals going on this week at your Telfair Galaxy food store line, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Heritage Ag Supply and Lines.
Noah Harrelson, Landon Connell, Russ Ray, and Jalen Clemens up to bat for the Telfair County Trojans. My mind is not here this game at all. I've been messing up left and right. I don't think I've said one thing right. But it looks like we're about ready to go here at the top of the third inning. The Bulldogs are down 3-1. Telfair County scoring all three of their runs back in the top of the second inning. And they just had a 3 up and 3 down inning. And now we're back with Noah Harrelson, Connell, Ray, and Clemens up to bat. The Bulldogs have some ground to cover. They need a clean defensive inning, and then they need to come in and score some runs. They need to do that for about 4 innings straight. Or at least 3 if they're ahead in the 7th, and they don't have to go in and bat again. Noah Harrelson's batting from the left. He flew out to left fielder Trey Cloud in his first at bat. Musselman working from the windup. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in for strike, the inside part of the plate. In the game just before this, Harrelson went 2 for 4. Here's the 0-1. This ball hit way up into the air, and the center fielder, Chandler Lynn, he moves to his right and makes the play, and that'll be out number 1. That'll bring up second baseman Landon Connell, who pitched last game. He pitched 5 2/3 inning. He allowed 3 Bulldog hits, 2 Bulldog runs, one of which was earned. He gave up 4 Bulldog walks and had 2 Bulldog strikeouts. First pitch to him is high and away for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. This ball hit into the air, going to be down the right field line. And it looks like it's going to be a fair ball. And that's to be a base hit by Landon Connell. I was actually more concerned that while the umpire was running out there like that, the home plate umpire, he's really into this game. Which I could tell that when he was the field umpire in game 1.
Up next, number 11, Ray.
It's good to have an umpire like that. You always know what's going on. Connell getting his lead at first. Musselman going to bring the pitch to the plate, and it's going to be in for a strike on catcher Russ Ray, who reached on an error by Alex Gordy in his first at bat. Musselman coming set. giving a look at his runner, now delivering to the plate. This ball's going to be hit up into the air, and the left fielder, Trey Cloud, he's backing up, makes the catch, and Connell's going to retreat back to first base, and that'll be out number 2. 2 down, we're up to Jalen Clemens, who in his at-bat, he popped up right behind second base, or it was out in shallow center field, and it came off the glove of Alex Gordy. But because of that, the runner at first didn't run, and Chandler Lynn picked up the ball and tossed the second, so they had an 8-6 force out there. First pitch to him is going to be in for a strike to make it 0-1. He's playing short. In game 1, he played second. Musselman coming set. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, chopped over to Bryson Stanley, foul, in for strike 2. The umpire giving a ball to the catcher, Jason Dukes, who in turn is going to give it to pitcher Chase Musselman. Musselman going back onto the mound, working from the stretch, runner at first, 2 down. 0-2 count on the batter. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes on Jalen Clemens, the shortstop. Musselman coming set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3. So a 4-up, 3-down inning for Chase Musselman. A much better inning for the Bulldog defense. They go to the bottom of the 3rd, trailing 3-1 on Y101.
Most things in life aren't free, but thanks to Georgia's dual enrollment program, qualifying high school students can take college classes and get high school and college credit absolutely free. Southeastern Technical College offers an array of dual enrollment classes and programs to help find work right out of high school or build the foundation for a college career. For more information on free college credit for high school students, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Hello, folks. This is Wallace from Gordy Enterprises. You RV trailer and motorhome enthusiasts, if you're going on an extended stay, always have your tires checked to be sure they aren't too old. If you own an RV or a motorhome, you should have your tires replaced every 4 years due to dry rot. This could be the results that you may be able to prevent. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, my mama always said.
Gordy Enterprises, HD Wright Road between Vidalia and Lyons.
Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by the Sandwich Shop on Green Street in Vidalia.
We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Y101. Jason Dukes should be up to bat for the Bulldogs, followed by leadoff batter Chandler Lynn and by junior number 22 DH Gray Stevens. Dobson still on the mound for Telfair County. Bulldogs trailing 3-1 in the bottom of 3. Bulldogs looking to score some runs, and they need to score a lot. Last game, they scored 2 runs, and they stayed ahead until, they weren't. But that happens. Just need to score some runs and a lot of runs. Score some runs and stay ahead. Jason Dukes up to bat. He's catching for Toombs County. First pitch to him is going to be high for ball 1. Dobson working from the windup. Here's the 1-0. It's going to be in for a strike to make the count even at 1. Dukes gets ready in the box. Dobson comes set. Here's the pitch. High. Dukes reacting to that one, almost coming off balance. Make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Dukes settles back into the box. Dobson comes set. Here's the 2-1. Puts it down the middle, and that'll make it 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on the sophomore catcher for Toombs County. Dobson is coming set. Here's a 2-2. Throws it behind him, and that'll make it 3-2. Full count on catcher Jason Dukes, the number 9 guy, and then we'll be back to the top of the order with Chandler Lynn. Dobson coming set. Here's the full count to Dukes. He pokes this one foul. Three balls, 2 strikes. As Dobson returns back to the mound. He's now coming set. And here's the full count pitch to Dukes. Called. Strike 3 on the inside edge. That'll be out number 1. One down to bring up center fielder Chandler Lynn. Lynn in his first at bat reached on a walk. In the game 1, Chandler Lynn went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Here's the pitch from Dobson. Missing for ball 1 on Lynn. This will be the 3rd game Lynn has played this season, returning from his junior wrestling season on Wednesday. That was the first game he'd been out here for the Bulldogs. Or not out here in Coffee County. These are actually the first pair of games he's played on Jackie Jones Field this year. Next pitch is going to be a called strike for strike 1. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-1. Missing for ball 2. Chandler Lynn stepping back in, batting from the left. Here's the 2-1. And that's off the plate to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned earlier, the Atlanta Braves beat the Baltimore Orioles 5-0 in a spring training game. Tomorrow they'll be playing the Detroit Tigers. Here's the 3-1. And that'll be ball 4. Chandler's second walk of this game, the 4th walk on the day. And that'll bring up DH Gray Stevens.
Number 22, Gray Stevens up to bat. Number 12, Trey Cloud.
Gray Stevens is DHing for shortstop Cody Cortez. It's Stevens' first at bat. He had a called strike 3 on a 2-2 count. Jared Dobson working from the stretch now with Lynn on first, coming set. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1 to Stevens. Stevens steps back in. He bats from the right-hand side. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-0. And that'll hit Stevens, and he's going to trot down to first. And that'll put a runner in scoring position with runners on first and second for Trey Cloud, who's been hot in today's games. He went 2 for 3 in game 1, and he started out game 2 with a base hit in the bottom of the first inning. See what Trey Cloud can do with runners on first and second.
Up next for Toombs County, number 12, Trey Cloud. Number 14, Will Watts on deck. 1 away.
Trey Cloud stepping in. Bats from the left-hand side. There's only 1 down. Some Bulldogs could score some runs here, which they're in need of. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch from Dobson. And that'll be off the plate for ball 1. Trey Cloud signed with Culver Stockton. I think I said that right. I repeated it on the air several times. Trey Cloud showing bunt. Here's the 1-0. Pulls back, and that'll be in for a strike. Yeah, Culver Stockton to play football. It's a private Christian liberal arts college in Canton, Missouri. Here's the 1-1. It's in for a strike. That'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes, which I believe is about 15 hours away from Toombs County. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-2 to Cloud. Fouls this one off, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cloud stepping in. Runners on first and second, one down. Bulldogs needing a base hit here. Chandler Lynn's got the speed. He could score way off the plate, and that'll be ball 2. On deck, right fielder, freshman Will Watts. Wearing number 14, and in his first at bat, the second game, a sacrifice fly, which scored the one run the Bulldogs have right now. Here's the 2-2 to Cloud. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3. So this is the problem that I'm speaking of that the Bulldogs seem to have, and it's putting runners in scoring position, and then the batters up after them unable to score them. Let's see if Will Watts can do something about that. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And he pops this one out of play, foul. That is the reason the Bulldogs lost to Appling County in both games. The Bulldogs had runners on second and third just about as many times as Appling County did, but the batters following those that reached were unable to score. Or unable to put the ball in play to score them, should I say. Next pitch was a breaking ball, which Will Watts swung and missed for strike 2. Base hit to opposite field would probably score Chandler Lynn. He has his lead. Stevens has his at first. Here's the 0-2. Looks like he did go. We're going to ask for help from the field umpire. He's saying he didn't. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're thanking him. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Will Watts. He's stepping back in. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-2. Low. Hitting in the dirt, but catcher Russ Ray picking it up there. Going to make it 2-2. Dobson coming set, giving a look at Lynn on second. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be called strike 3. So the Bulldogs have done it again, put runners in scoring position, and did not score them. We're going to the top of the 4th. Dogs down 3-1 on Y101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn. Or the dive-bombing seagulls. Or all of that pesky sand.
How'd it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bag. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawn. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more of Toombs County High School Baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
We're in the top of the 4th inning on Y101. Trey Betts, Jude King, Trey Blankenship up to bat, and that is the top of the order for Telfair County. Chase Musselman still on the hill, and the Bulldogs are still down 3-1. Top of the 4th inning in game 2 of 2 here today at the famous Jackie Jones Field, right beside the famous Booster Stadium. Musselman still warming up. So far, he's given up 3 hits, and he's given up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. In my book, the official scorekeeper, Matt Lynn, might have otherwise. Chase Musselman coming onto the mound. Trey Best coming up to bat. Best today in game 2 is 1 for 2. In game 1, he was 2 for 4. Musselman going to start with a windup. Receiving the sign, and here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball for strike 1. 0-1 on Bess. Here's the 0-1. They're asking him, did he go? Saying he did not. Check swing there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Musselman coming back onto the mound, working from the windup. Here's the 1-1. He tried with a pitch there, but it missed. I'm going to make 2 balls and 1 strike. Musselman coming set, winding. Here's the 2-1. This ball is going to be ripped out into left field, and Trey Cloud's going to catch it on the hop, and that'll be a base hit for Trey Bess. That'll bring up right fielder Jude King. He's 1 for 2 in game 2. In game 1, I have him as 1 for 3 with a walk.
Number 7, King up to bat. Number 3, Blankenship on deck.
King steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Musselman coming on to the mound. King showing bunt. Musselman going to throw it back. Trey Bess is back safely. Musselman stepping back onto the mound, working from the stretch with the runner at first. King showing bunt. Here's the pitch. Runner going. Here's the throw from Jason Dukes to second. Here's the tag. The throw was offline, pulling Cody Cortez continuously to his left. So Bess is there safely. One ball on Jude King. I'm telling you, this home plate umpire is fantastic. Don't even have to worry about the count. Here's the pitch. Dukes blocking it up. The ball got away from him, and runner got down to third. I'll make it 2 balls and no strikes. Jason Dukes looks like having an injury here. I mean, he's not laying down hurt or anything, but it seemed like he retrieved an injury in that pitch just then. Coach Derek James coming out just to talk with him. That's how we're ready to go. 2 balls and no strikes on Jude King. A runner at third for Telfair. No outs. Musselman stepping onto the mound. Bulldogs need an out. But more importantly, the Bulldogs need runs. This pitch is fouled off for strike 1. But this reminds me of 2017, where that baseball season, there was a lot that happened that baseball season. I mean, they went to the Final Four. And Jeff Davis, I remember that game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Not because I was playing, because I went to watch it. But that team started out losing a good amount of non-region games. Everybody, or from what I heard, this pitch is going to be hit out to left field, left center field. That's a base hit, going to easily score Trey Bess. And that's an RBI single for Jude King. His at bat was kind of long. I thought we were already on Trey Blankenship. So 4-1, Telfair County.
Next up, number 3.
I'm really hoping the Bulldogs pull out a win here. It gets old going to interview players after losses. And what do you ask them? How upset are you about this loss? This ball hit on the ground to Cody Cortez. He fields it, fires to second, and Gordy's going to try it first, but no out there. They got the force play and finally got 1 out. I'm going to bring up pitcher Jarrett Dobson. But as I was saying, that 2017 baseball team started out losing a lot of non-region games. And if you were in my position from that year, and if you had to been there to understand, you were like, well, at least I'm not missing out on anything. And And only people who understand that joke understand what I mean. Jared Dobson fouls this one off, but when region play started, that team picked up out of nowhere, winning game after game after game after game. They couldn't do anything wrong. Made it all the way to the Final Four. So, these non-region losses from this Bulldog team, which is a primarily young team built of freshmen and sophomore, they make up over half of the team. They have one senior. They have, what did I say, 5 juniors? This ball is going to be lined into the glove of Alex Gordy. Gordy's going to throw it back to second, not in time, but a nice try. That'll be a line out for Jarrett Dobson. And 2 down. That'll bring up Jonathan Rogers, who's 0 for 1 in this game, with a walk and a fly out, or that was more of a line out to third baseman Bryson Stanley. He's stepping in, batting from the right-hand side. Musselman coming set. Here's the pitch. This ball's hit hard to Bryson Stanley. He fields it, has it, fires across the diamond, and that'll be out number 3. So the Bulldogs get out of the 4th, but they gave up a run, and it's 4-1 Telfair County. We're going to take a break and come back on Y101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go dog!
D-Line Alignment Equipment, just one of the state-of-the-art machines that Stevens Truck Center in Lyons features that makes sure your big rig unit performs at its best efficiency. Proper alignment not only means safer driving, there's the savings on tires and fuel efficiency. Call Stevens Truck Center at 526-3118 and tell them what you need for your big rig diesel, and then come on down to Highway number 1 South in Lyons.
Now back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric, your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and if you're a Toombs County Bulldog baseball player, you want to score some runs. The Bulldogs are down 4-1 in Game 2 today. They lost Game 1 5-2 in that game. Let's see. Let's go back. I know that I awarded Telfair County with 8 hits that game, and Toombs County only had. Find my page. Toombs County, I say, only had 3. So Telfair really did out-hit Toombs County. This isn't like the Appleton County game where Appleton only had 7 hits and Toombs County only had 5 in Game 1, so it's not really that they out-hit them by that much. First pitch to Logan Knight is off the plate for ball 1. But yeah, Telfair out-hit Toombs County in Game 1, 8-3. And that's not the score, 8 hits to 3 hits. Next pitch to Knight's in for a strike. Counts even at 1. Here's the 1-1 from Dobson. That'll be in for a strike to make it 1-2. Knight with kind of a wide stance. Here's the 1-2 from Dobson. And that's hitting the dirt for ball 2. As I said, compared to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, today, Friday, or the later part of Friday, and today, turned out to be very nice days. Here's a 2-2. Ball hit on the ground. A chopper over to the pitcher. Dobson fields it. Fires to first for out number 1. 1 down to bring up second baseman Alex Gordy. Gordy lined out to the second baseman Landon Connell in his first at bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch to Gordy. And it's low for ball 1. On deck's Chase Musselman. Musselman's pitching this game. Here's the 1-0. And another line out to the second baseman for Gordy. Poor Alex. 2 down. They're nice hit balls. It just, second baseman Connell was right there. Chase Musselman, the pitcher, is up to bat. Here's the pitch. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. And his first to bat, he flew out to left fielder Noah Harrelson. Here's the 1-0. This ball's popped up high into the air. Left fielder Harrelson coming in. Center fielder Trey Best was coming in. And it looks like they dropped the ball, and Musselman's going to reach on an error. 2 down. You know, I just realized something. They say that non-region games move a lot slower than region games because in region games you're pitching usually your best guys and keeping the game at a steady pace. But, I mean, this season, as far as region games going slow, I really haven't noticed any of that. Here's the pitch. Musselman going. Here's the throw. And Musselman's going to slide in safely. So the Bulldogs have put a runner in scoring position. Bryson Stanley up to bat. No balls, 1 strike. And the only game that went kind of long was the game that went in 11 innings, but the game itself wasn't moving slow. Next pitch, ball 1. Dobson receiving the sign from catcher Ray. He's coming set, giving a look at Musselman. Here's the 1-1. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Clemens fields it, has it, fires at first. It comes off the glove of the first baseman. It pulled him off the bag. Chase Musselman's going to score, and Bryson Stanley standing on first. And the Dogs have scored a run. They're no longer down 4-1. Instead, they're down 4-2. So with 2 down, that brings up catcher Jason Dukes. Jason Dukes wearing number 15 and catching today, as in game 1. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch to Dukes. Dukes going to hit this one on the ground back to Dobson. He fields it. He has it. And going to toss to first. And that'll be out number 3. So the Bulldogs did score 1 run here in the bottom of the 4th. And now the score is 4-2 Telfair County. We're going to take a break going into the top of the 5th on Y101.
Reedy Creek Meat Company, located at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, has fresh farm Georgia-grown beef. Nothing never frozen, dry aged with no nitrates. Or get the 20-pound box. Mix or match meat of your choice. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 6 and Saturdays 9 to 3. That's Reedy Creek Meat Company at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia. Or give them a call at 912-386-4625.
Does your home have its own weather pattern? Rivers Air Conditioning and Heating can help you by servicing your current system or providing you with a new energy-efficient Linux system featuring innovative iComfort 530 thermostats that let you monitor and adjust your home temperature anywhere with your smartphone app. Call Rivers Heating and Air Conditioning at 912-537-8490 or visit us online at riversac.net.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Heritage Ag Supply and Lines.
We're in the top of the 5th inning in a non-region game in a doubleheader, game 2 of a 2-game series here today with the Bulldogs versus the Trojans. And not the Coffee County Trojans, the Telfair County Trojans. Different set. The Bulldogs are down 4-2 in the top of 5. On the mound is still Chase Musselman. Pitching in game 1 for the Bulldogs was Logan Knight and Trey Cloud. Between the both, they gave up 9 hits apiece, 5 runs altogether. Trey Cloud giving up 1 and Logan Knight giving up 4. 3 of those 5 were earned. And Logan Knight had 1 walk with 4 Ks, and Trey Cloud had 3 walks with no Ks. see, number 10. Noah Harrelson's up to bat. For the Trojans, batting from the left-hand side, Harrelson today on game 2 is 0 for 2. In game 1, he was 2 for 4. I'm sorry, that's 3 for 4. He's going to hit this one hard on the ground. Alex Gordy, the second baseman, fields it, fires to first, and that'll be out number 1. One down, that'll bring up second baseman Landon Connell, who has robbed Gordy and both of his at-bats of a base hit. First pitch to him, ball 1. And getting by pitcher Chase Musselman. Cody Cortez picking him up out there, getting the ball back in. Musselman now coming set. 1 ball, no strike on Connell. Here's the pitch, swing, and a miss. Makes the count even at 1. Here's the next pitch, popped up high up into the air. It looks like Stanley's going to call everyone off and make that play for out number 2. And that'll bring up Russ Ray, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 today, reaching on an error by Alex Gordy and flying out to left fielder Trey Cloud. See, last year the Bulldogs started, or actually everybody in this region, they play everybody 3 times in the region. This ball's hit on the ground to Cody Cortez. He fields it, fires to first, way over the head of Logan Knight. And Russ Ray reaching on an error. But anyway, you play everybody 3 times. You had 2 there or 2 here. And so the Bulldogs this season will start off with Bacon. It'll be home, away, home. Then it'll be Bryan, which will be away, home, away. Metter, home, away, home. Jeff Davis will be away, home, away. Vidalia will be away, home, away. And then Swainsboro will be home, away, home. Play everybody in the region 3 times. So here's the pitch for Musselman to Jalen Clemens. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The shortstop today in game 2. He played second base in game 1. Musselman giving a look. Here's the 0-1. Runner at second. Ball fouled off. For strike 2. Musselman coming set. Here's the 0-2. Kind of jammed him there. He fouls it off. Ball getting back in to Chase Musselman. Trey Best in the on-deck circle, throwing it in. Musselman coming set. And here's the 0-2. A nice ball, breaking ball, which he's going to pop up into the air to Cody Cortez. And he makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So the Bulldogs don't give up any runs in the 5th, but they're still down 4-2 as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning on Y101.
This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU-FM, Lions Vidalia, Y101.
Jerry Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner at 537-2530. Or if your foot's are hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates, 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Tar Land and Timber and Line.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. We're in the 53rd and final season of games that will be played in this facility until it becomes a parking lot for the football field. I'm going to flatten it, probably put asphalt down, make it nice. But it's not like the baseball team isn't getting anything in return. They're getting a nice baseball field out behind the high school, along with a softball team and a track complex out there where we can start hosting matches. Track and field matches, that is. It's going to be quite nice, and they're working very fast on it, which I guess they have to because the high school softball season, they usually begin during the summer practicing, so they have to hurry. Chandler Lynn's up to bat for Toombs County here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Leading off, Toombs County.
I wonder if they're going to do like they did the old Atlanta Braves field and leave the bases. That would be cool. They leave third, second, first. They leave home. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? Here's the pitch to Lynn. It's off the plate for ball 1. Leave the foul poles. One ball, no strike on Chandler Lynn. Here's the pitch. There was a wall out there. They could leave that, but there's nothing out there, just a fence. 1 ball, 1 strike on Chandler Lynn, who's 0 for in today's game. In game 2, he's walked twice. Here's 1-1. Low for ball 2. But his on base percentage right now is 1,000 in this game. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate. Make it 3-1. Gray Stevens is up next. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by a pitch in this game. Dobson coming set, delivering the 3-1 to Lynn. And that's missing for ball 4. So 3 walks and 3 at-bats in 1 game for Chandler Lynn. 5 walks on the day. And that'll bring up Gray Stevens, who's wearing number 22. He bats from the right-hand side. Transferred from Vidalia, his 10th grade year, which was last year. Here's the pitch. Going to be low for ball 1. I'm not exactly sure who the umpire is communicating with, but he was yelling at somebody. 1 ball and no strike. Here's the pitch. This ball is shot back up the middle. Chandler Lynn's going to be down to second, and Gray Stevens has a base hit. Runners at first at second for Trey Cloud. Cloud, 1 for 2 in today's game, having a base hit in the first inning and a strikeout in the third, and he went 2 for 3 in game 1. So on the day, he is 2 for 4. 3 for 4 right now, sorry. Still don't think that's right. 3 for 5, right? First pitch to him is in for a strike. Yes, 3 for 5 with the walk. Here's a 0-1 on Cloud. Missing for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are no outs here in the top of the 5th. And the Bulldogs have runners on first and second. This could be a big inning from them. Here's the 1-1. Missing for ball 2. Umpire coming back behind catcher Russ Ray. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch. Cloud swinging and missing. That'll be strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the center outfielder and pitcher. Here's the 2-2. He pokes this one. Looks like it's going to go foul, third base side. Two balls and 2 strikes on senior Trey Cloud. He steps in. Jarrett Dobson coming onto the mound. Dobson played short in game 1 today for the Trojans. Here's the 2-2. Ball just missing. That was going to load up the count. Off speed pitch. As a team, after Wednesday's night's game in Coffee County, the Bulldogs are 163 as far as batting goes. Looks like Trey Cloud's going to foul tip this one into the glove of Russ Ray for out number 1. 1 down, and that'll bring up Will Watts. Watts is 0 for 1 in the game today, game 2, with a sac fly in the first inning and a backwards K in the third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, in for a strike. 0-1 on Watts. Thompson coming set. Giving a look at Lynn at second. Here's the 0-1. Low for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike on Will Watts. Here's the pitch. That ball almost hitting him in the helmet, but missing. That'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. Watts stepping back in. Dobson coming set. Giving a look at Lynn at second. Winding. Here's the pitch. This ball's going to be hit over. It looks like it's going to scoot through. The second baseman makes a play at second, and it looks like he's going to hold up there, and that'll make it 2 down. Gray Stevens froze. He thought the second baseman, Landon Connell, may drift over and make that catch in the air, but he didn't. So they had a forced play at second. 2 down. They bring up Logan Knight with runners on the corners. The Bulldogs had runners on first and second. So far, we've had a strikeout and a fielder's choice. Logan Knight could be the last hope for this inning to score some runs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Knight batting from the right-hand side. He throws from the left. Jared Dobson coming set. Giving a look at his base runners. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. That'll make it 0-2. Knight now way down in the count. With a 0-2 count, Dobson comes set and delivers to the plate. Knight hits this one. It's going to roll foul, roll fair, and Knight's going to be put out at first base. So the Bulldogs unable to score any runs in the 5th with runners in scoring position. Is that going to be the way the story ends? I don't know. We're going to the top of the 6th. Dogs down 4-2 on Y101.
Hi, this is Betsy Rollins. You know my dad, Tommy Rollins, owner of Tar Land and Timber. Growing up, he taught me to be honest, dependable, and community-oriented. And since 1977, when he started in the timber industry, that's the way he has done business. He'll give you the most dependable service and the best timber prices around. So for a family-owned and operated business, call Tommy Rollins at Tar Land and Timber, 565-8850. Tell him Betsy sent you.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bags. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawn. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
Welcome to the top of the 6th inning here at Jackie Jones Field. The Dogs are down 4-2 versus the Telfair County Trojans in game 2 of a doubleheader today at Jackie Jones Field. Chase Musselman's on the mound right now for the Bulldogs. He started this game and he's still pitching. The Bulldogs unable to score runs offensively, which has pretty much been the story all season, except in that Portal game. They hit and hit and hit and hit. Scored 13 runs that game. Chase Musselman threw his last warm-up pitch, and it looks like we're ready to go. Up to bat is number 24, Trey Bess. Thought we were going to make a change. Looks like we're going to move Gordy over to short and put Dawson Brantley in at second. Okay, looks like Cody Cortez is coming out of the game. You got Dawson Brantley, a freshman, over at second, and Alex Gordy, the junior, second baseman, moved over to short. Time has been called. I think it was by Trey Bess. Bess in game 2 is 2 for 3. Flew out to right fielder Will Watts, had an RBI double and a single. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball in for a strike. Musselman coming set. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball. That'll make it 0-2. Trey Bess batting from the right. Got a righty-righty matchup. Here's the 0-2. Oh, another pitch just like the last two, just missing for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes on Trey Bess. Here's the 1-2. A ball in the dirt to make the count even at 2. Two balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff batter for Telfair County. Here's the 2-2. Popped up high up into the air to center fielder Chandler Lynn, who's moving to his left. Drifts over into right center field and makes that catch for out number 1. With 1 down, that'll bring up Jude King, the right fielder. Jude King in game 2 is 2 for 3. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, and an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Nothing in 1 on King. Musselman adjusting the pitch in his hand or in his glove. Here's the 0-1. This ball lined up the middle and is going to drop in for a base hit for Jude King, who's extended this game to 3-4. In game 1, he was 1 for 3. He's 4 for 7 with a walk on the whole day. Trey Blankenship's up to bat right now. In game 2, he's 1 for 3. Musselman coming set with a runner at first. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball. Strike 1. Bulldogs trailing the Telfair County Trojans 4-2 in the top of the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Ball stays high. Make it 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Trey Blankenship. Here's the 1-1 for Musselman. A nice, look like a curveball there. And I make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Musselman working from the stretch, giving a look at his runner, now delivering. This ball's going to be chopped back to him. Musselman fields it, fires, gets the out at second, and it's over the glove of second baseman Dawson Brantley and into center field. And there's a runner at second now. Bulldogs missed the force there. Now runners on first and second with 1 down.
Number 2, Dobson up to bat.
Not sure who to award that error to. The throw by Chase Musselman or the lack of the catch by second baseman Dawson Brantley. Okay. I made my decision. Here's the pitch. Low and away, and getting away from catcher Jason Dukes. And now there are runners on second and third, and the Bulldogs have put themselves in a bad situation. Now there are runners. Both of the runners on the bases are in scoring position. One ball, no strike on Dobson. Here's the pitch. He's showing bunt. Fouls this one off. Strike one. One ball, one strike on Dobson. He's 0 for 3 in this game. In game one, he was 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Musselman coming set. Here's the 1-1. This ball hit into shallow right center field. That's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. And that's a 2-run RBI single for Jared Dobson. And the Trojans are now ahead 6-2. And here comes head coach Derek James. More than likely to make a pitching change. But we shall see what he does. He doesn't look happy as he's talking to his guys. And he's doing a lot of pointing. The Bulldogs are down 6-2 here in the top of 6 with 1 down. This game 2 here has not been a good game for the Bulldogs. They've made 5 errors and 6 now in this inning. This is not the Bulldog team I've seen in the past. They're bringing in number 11 to pitch, and that is Lucas O'Connor, who's a freshman. As he warms up on the mound, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. The Bulldogs are down 6-2 in the top of the 6th inning in a non-region game of game 2 of 2 of a doubleheader today here at Jackie Jones Field. We're going to take a break and come back on your home of the Bulldogs, Y101.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Danielle Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Check out these great deals going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in Lyons, like 8-foot battery booster cables, $8.99, or 10-foot battery booster cables, $14.99. Max Premium Starting Fluid, $1.99. Chevron Dello 400 SDE HD diesel motor oil, $12.99 a gallon. 2.5 gallon of diesel DEF, $9.99. 20-piece SAE metric 12-point socket set, 3/8 drive for $29.99. There's some more great savings going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in Lyons, and we hope to see you there.
You always have a home field advantage with First Franklin Financial. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.oneffc.com. First Franklin Financial is a proud supporter of Toombs County Bulldogs.
Plenty of colleges can promise you a route to a job. But did you know that Southeastern Technical College graduates have a 98% job placement rate? STC programs have you work and make connections with regional employers, and those connections translate into employment. And because Southeastern Tech students work with employers in the fields they study, STC's in-field job placement rate is incredible. Take the classes you want to get the job you want. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. We're back in the top of the 6th with Lucas O'Connor on the mound for the Bulldogs. Right now, the count on Jonathan Rogers is 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first. Lucas going to throw it back over there. He gets back safely. Chase Musselman pitched 5 1/3 inning. He allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned. He had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-1 from O'Connor. Hit hard onto the ground or not in the ground. It was a line drive to Bryson Stanley, who caught it and then fired across the diamond for a double play to get the Bulldogs out of that inning. So we're going to the bottom of the sixth. The Bulldogs are still down 6-2, and they need a lot of runs. We're going to take a break and come back on Y101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go Dog!
It's a good idea to see the doctor before a major problem or loss. When it comes to that big rig diesel, the same applies. Come to Stevens Truck Center in Lyons and make sure you're getting the most out of that high-priced equipment. Call 526-3118. Stevens Truck Center is located on Highway number 1 south of Lyons. Save the most when you depend on the local professionals at Stevens Truck Center in Lyons.
Now back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric, your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
And welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning, and the Bulldogs are trailing, the Bulldogs are just behind 6-2. Trailing includes that they're it inclines that they're kind of close, and I mean, they're down by 4. So, I mean, I guess it could be closer, but then again, I guess it could be farther apart. Up to bat is Alex Gordy for the Bulldogs. They need some runs. We're in the bottom of the sixth in a game that runs 7. So they're running out of chances, an opportunity here to score some runs. Jarrett Dobson is still on the mound for the Telfair County Trojans.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the Bulldogs, number 8, Alex Gordy, with number 4, Chase Musselman on deck.
Alex Gordy in game 2 is 0 for 2, lining out both at bats to second baseman Landon Connell. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. Dobson coming set. Here's the 1-0. Chopped over to third baseman Trey Blankenship through his glove, and the shortstop is going to pick it up, but Gordy's going to get to first safely. It was more towards the 5-6 hole, and Blankenship was trying to move to his left. It went under his glove, and then shortstop Jalen Clemens trying to make a play on it, but Alex Gordy is at first base safely.
Next up for the Dogs, number 4, Chase Musselman. Number 2, Bryson Stanley.
Chase Musselman up to bat. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. Just came out from pitching. Again, he pitched 5 1/3 inning. He allowed 6 hits according to my stats, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch. Going to be poked to the first baseman, Jonathan Rogers. Fields it, fires to second, get the out there, and he got the forced play. One down. One down. That'll bring up Bryson Stanley, the third baseman. Stanley's 0 for 2 as well in this game. Flying out to the first baseman, Jonathan Rogers, and reaching on an error by shortstop Jalen Clemens. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Dobson coming set. Here's the pitch. Runner going. Here's the throw to second. And Musselman's there safely. So now Toombs County has a runner in scoring position. Two balls and no strikes. On the third baseman, Bryson Stanley. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in for a strike to make it 2-1 on Stanley. Dobson stepping in, coming set on the mound. Stanley, here's the pitch, hits him, and Stanley's going to trot down to first. So, with runners on first and second, the Bulldogs need to score some runs. I've said that countless times in game one. I said that countless times in this game already. But the bottom line is the Bulldogs need some runs. Sometimes the game is too far over to try to start in the seventh, so the Bulldogs really need to start now if they're going to try to make a comeback. Runners on first and second for catcher Jason Dukes. Stops and coming set, delivering to the plate, and that's going to hit Dukes, and that loads up the bases for Toombs County, which is the best situation they've been in yet. Bases are loaded, and we're back to the top of the order. If the Bulldogs cannot score any runs here, then I'm afraid that this game will be over for them. I'm not saying that in a rude way. I'm just saying that if you wait till the seventh inning, more times than not, you're not going to make a comeback there. I've seen it not happen more than I've seen it happen, if that makes any sense. And the Bulldogs need some runs, and Chandler Lynn, Gray Stevens, Trey Cloud, Will Watts, that seems like the best combination for the Dogs, and they're coming up. They're up to bat, and it's time for them to score some runs for the Bulldogs. Alex Gordy reached, Musselman reached, Bryson Stanley reached, Jason Dukes reached, and now it's time for the top of the lineup to score those runs that have reached. Dobson working from the windup. Here's the pitch. First pitch to Lynn. He's going to take it for a strike. This is the Bulldogs' chance to score some runs. Bases are loaded, one down. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be called for strike two on Lynn. Lynn now falls behind 0-2. The Bulldogs really, really, really needing some runs. Here is the 0-2. Missing for ball one. It's kind of close. Chandler Lynn stepping back in. He's batting from the left. A ball pulled down the right field foul line will be fantastic. Here's the 1-2 to Lynn. It's going to be poked over to the third baseman, Blankenship. Fields it, fires home. Did he get him? Yes, he did. So 2 down with an out at the plate. Well, I mean, he did put it in play. Two down, and that'll bring up Gray Stevens. If Stevens could power one to the fence, it would score 2 easily. And let's see, that's Chandler Lynn on first, so it would score him. He would make it happen. He'd squeeze it in. The Bulldogs are in need of some runs. And it seems like it's the same problem the Bulldogs have every game. It's putting runners in scoring position and not being able to score them. Hopefully the Bulldogs will score some here. They're in desperate need of some. Dobson working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Gray Stevens hitting one in the 5-6 hole. That's going to score one run, and that's all that Coach James is going to get out of that, which is smart to me because if he would have tried that, he could have possibly had a base runner thrown out at the plate, and then that would have taken him out of the inning. Why would you do something like that when you have Trey Cloud up to bat who can put the ball in play somewhere and possibly score some more runs? So an RBI single by Gray Stevens. 2 down to bring up Trey Cloud. That makes Stevens having RBI singles in game 1 and 2 today. First pitch to Cloud is in for a strike on the outside edge. Cloud stepping back in, counts 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swings at an outside pitch, fouls it off, third base side. Cloud is a lefty. Cloud stepping back in. Dobson coming onto the mound. 0-2. The Bulldogs just scored 1. They're still down 6-3. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trey Cloud. Here's the 1-2. Trey Cloud sends this one high up into the air. 2 down. Runners are going into right center field. And the center fielder, Trey Best, moves over to his left and makes the catch. And that'll be out number 3. The Bulldogs unable to score any of those runs that were on base. Well, they scored 1. I'm sorry, they scored 1. They're still down 6-3. We're going to take a break and go to the top of the 7th on 101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn. Or the dive-bombing seagulls. Or all of that pesky sand.
How'd it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
Check out the great deals going on this week at your Telfair Galaxy Food store line. Like fresh ground chuck, $2.98 a pound. Bone-in split chicken breast, $1.48 a pound. Totino's Party Pizza, 98 cents. High top mustard, 78 cents. High top black pepper, 2 for $5. Country style pork ribs, $1.98. Tender T-bone steak, $6.98 a pound. There's some more great savings going on this week at your Telfair Galaxy Food store lines, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates Invite 8.
So the Bulldogs have another pitcher in, and it's a junior varsity player, Gavin Hall, which means that Lucas O'Connor, I don't even know how you would mathematically do this. He only faced 1 batter, but during that at bat, they had a double play. So would you say he pitched 2/3 of an inning? Mr. Brian Graham is saying yes, so that's what I'm going to put. See, he didn't give up a hit. Didn't give up a run. Didn't give up a walk. And he didn't have a strikeout. But he pitched 2/3 of an inning. On the mound, as I said, is Gavin Hall. And we're making some kind of change. Let's see. Will Watts is at third. Chase Musselman's in left. Chandler Lynn's in center. And Trey Cloud's in right. Everybody else has stayed the same. Dawson Brantley still at second. Up to bat for the Trojans is number 10, Noah Harrelson. On deck, Landon Connell. Here's the pitch from Hall. Low for ball 1. We're in the top of the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. The Bulldogs are still down 6-3. Here's the pitch. They have one more chance to score some. Way off the plate for ball 2. And after that, it'll be over. The sun is starting to hide behind those trees over there, and the temperature is starting to drop again. Here's the 2-0 from Hall. Ball 3. Low and inside. Three balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Called on the outside edge. That'll be strike 1. Gavin Hall going to try to work back here. Here's the 3-1. And missing for ball 4. With a runner at first, that'll bring up Landon Connell.
Next up, number 21, Connell. Number 11, Bray Alton.
Hall coming set. Here's the pitch. That'll be low for ball 1 on Connell. Wearing number 21. He's 1 for 3 today. Next pitch missing inside for ball 2. Gavin Hall coming set. Here's the 2-0. It's in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Landon Connell. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, or a foul ball, excuse me. They strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dukes going back to retrieve it from the fence. Hall coming set. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. 1 down. That'll bring up Russ Ray, the catcher. He's 0 for 3 today. Reaching on an error by second baseman Gordy, flying out to left fielder Trey Cloud, and reaching on an error by shortstop Cody Cortez. However, over there now is Alex Gordy. At second base is Dawson Brantley. At first is Logan Knight, and at third is Will Watts. Your outfield in game 2 has switched around a bit. Well, I'm sorry. He flew out to left fielder Chase Musselman. Trey Cloud was left fielder in game 1. Musselman's in left, Lynn's in center, and Cloud's in right. First pitch to Russ Ray was low, just as the second pitch was, to make it 2 balls and no strikes. Hall working from the stretch. He's coming set. Ray showing bunt, pulls back in the dirt for ball 3. Three balls and no strikes on Russ Ray. Showing bunt. Here's the pitch. Pulls back, almost hitting him. That'll be ball 4. 1 down. Runners at first and second. And here comes head coach Derek James. And it looks like they're going to put in Bryson Stanley to pitch because here he comes. Yeah, that's what's happening. Bryson Stanley's coming on to the mound, so we're going to take a break while he warms up. The Bulldogs are down 6-3, and we've played 6.5 innings. The Bulldogs, as Bryson Stanley warms up, well, you get it. The Bulldogs need some runs. They need to hit the ball when they come in the bottom of the 7th. It's all the same old, same old. We're going to take a break and come back to Jackie Jones on Y101.
The Sandwich Shop, located at 213 Green Street in Vidalia, has all your fresh homemade sandwiches. Amy and the gang can fix you a sandwich with over 20 different varieties of sandwiches, from the common BLT to a Philly steak and cheese. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Give them a call at 537-9263. Hope to see you there.
You no longer have to fill pill trays. With our Care Plus packaging at All Care Pharmacy, we package your medication by dose and by day for you. You only have to make 1 trip to the pharmacy each month for routine refills. Plus, there's no additional charge for our packaging service. You simply pay the same copay each month. For more information about this free service, call Debbie Holly at 912-524-0100.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Tar Land and Timber and Line.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning here at Jackie Jones Field. The Bulldogs are trailing 6-3. The Bulldogs lost game 1, 5-2. And Bryson Stanley's on the mound. He's still warming up, and he looks like we're about to finish up here. I think the umpire told me he had 2 more pitches. Coming up for the Bulldogs when we return back to the bottom of the inning will be Will Watts, Logan Knight, and Alex Gordy to bat. See if they could score some runs. Up to bat now will be number 4, Jalen Clemens, who started the day in game 1 playing second, and game 2 he's played short.
Next up, Telfair County, number 4, Clemens, with number 24, Bess.
Looks like the umpire and Jason Dukes are currently expecting balls, seeing which one Bryson Stanley wants to use. And it looks like we found one. Stanley working from the stretch, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch showing bunt, and he's going to bunt successfully. Stanley comes out and makes the play, but there's nobody at second. Dawson Brantley not over there at time, and that means that the bases are now loaded. So a successful bunt by Jalen Clemens, which is in technicality a base hit, and bases are loaded with one down. That brings us to the top of the order to Trey Bess. Bess today in game 2 is 2 for 4. Stanley coming set. Here's the pitch. That'll be low for ball 1. Looks like the infield's playing in, trying to get the out at the plate because you definitely don't want to let them score anymore. Here's the 1-0. That'll be in for a strike to make it 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Trey Bess. Stanley coming set. Here is the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. This is a quality umpire behind the plate. He has been consistently and constantly giving the count, next pitch missing. He's vocal. He lets you know what he's saying. You don't have to assume. He's one of the better ones I've seen this season, if I do say so myself. Here's the 2-2. High, and that's going to load up the count. I'm not saying I've seen any bad umpires umpiring, but the vocalization really helps people like me who's, looking around at everything and can't constantly focus on the umpire. This ball's going to be popped high up into the air. Third baseman Will Watts is calling it and drops the ball in the infield, but they get the out at home plate. So they get the force at home plate. Oh, infield fly? All right. And I guess they got a double play. I'm not familiar with an infield fly rule, but apparently that is what it is. We're going to the bottom of the 7th, and the Bulldogs need some runs. They need 3 to keep this game going. We're going to break 1-1.
Do you have a family member who forgets to take his or her medication? At All Care Pharmacy, we organize the patient's medication by dose and time of day, and we package it to ensure patient compliance, all at no additional cost. Our Care Plus prescription service helps eliminate emergency room visits due to medication errors, giving the patient and the caregiver a level of security and comfort. If you have a loved one who could benefit from this service, call Debbie Holly at 524-0100.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Linnell Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates Invite.
Well, Telfair County is going to make a pitch change right now. And it looks like up to pitch is Trey Blankenship. See, I'm currently getting his stats together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, he had 5 strikeouts. Let's see, he only walked 1, 2, 3. It looks like he only walked three times, or walked 3 Bulldog batters, and all 3 of those walks were awarded to Chandler Lynn. He had 6 innings pitched. He allowed 3 hits, 3 runs by the Bulldogs, none of which were earned. He had 3 Bulldog walks and had 5 Bulldog strikeouts. Pitching now for Telfair County is Trey Blankenship. Blankenship has mainly played third today in Game 2 and in Game 1. And up to bats, number 14, Will Watts. And here we are. The umpire dusted off home plate, and it looks like we're ready to begin. It's been a long day.
Logan Knight.
Blankenship coming set. Here's the pitch. Watts is going to line this one. That's going to drop it for a base hit in the deep left field for Will Watts. He's going to go to second, and actually he's going to hold up. He rounded first and scooted back. But there's a base hit by Will Watts to start off the bottom of the seventh inning. To bring up Logan Knight. Knight is 0 for 3 in today's game, or in game 2. Grounding out to the shortstop. Grounding out to the pitcher. And then grounding out. I believe it was a drop third strike. Well, no, it was a swing and bunt. And the catcher came out and made the play. First pitch tonight, high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Popped up high up into the air into center field to Trey Bess and makes the catch for out number 2 or 1. Sorry. I'm telling you guys, it's been a long day. If we're rating my games based on how well I called them, game 1 was much, much better than game 2 has been. And my apologies. Up to bat is Alex Gordy. Gordy is 0 for 3 in game 2. Watts has his lead at first. Blankenship coming set. And here's the pitch. Then for a strike. And as the sun keeps going farther and farther down, the temperature keeps farther and farther dropping. Blankenship coming set. Here's the 0-1. Behind Gordy for ball 1. One ball, one strike. Blankenship coming set. Here's the 1-1. Gordy, it kind of jammed him a bit, and he sent it down third base foul line for strike 2. Gordy stepping back in, getting that foul ball back. The Dogs are down 6-3. They need 3 to keep this game going, 4 to win it. Blankenship coming set, and here's the pitch. Low and away, getting away from the catcher, and Will Watts gets down to second. And that'll be ball 2 on Gordy. Two balls and 2 strikes on the junior second baseman. Blankenship coming set. Here's the pitch. This ball is poked over the head of the second baseman, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to score 1 run. Actually, Coach James is holding him up. And now there are runners on the corners. That's a base hit by Alex Gordy. The Bulldogs could rally here in the bottom of the 7th. Chase Musselman's up to bat now. In game 2, Musselman's 0 for 3, flying out to the left fielder Noah Harrelson. Reaching on an error by the left fielder Noah Harrelson, then grounding into a fielder's choice. Musselman stepping in. Blankenship now working from the stretch with runners on the corners. Both runners have their leads. Here's the pitch to Musselman. A high fastball over the head of Musselman for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball 2. Almost hitting him there. Let's see, Bryson Stanley's on deck. And I assume he's going to be followed by Jason Dukes. Here's the 2-0. High. That'll be ball 3. Musselman's looking nice here in this count. Way ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. Blankenship coming set. Here's the 3-0. That'll be in for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Blankenship coming set. Here's a 3-1 to Musselman. Musselman hits this one on the ground to second baseman Clemens. He fields it, fires to second, out there, fire to first. It is not in time, and a run scores. See, so 1 run scored. The Bulldogs now trail by 2. Fielder's choice there by Chase Musselman. 2 down to bring up Bryson Stanley. Stanley's 0 for 2, reaching on a hit by a pitch in game 2. Here's the pitch. High at his eyes for ball 1. Blankenship coming onto the mound, coming set. 1 ball, no strike. And Stanley rips this one foul. Man, if that were fair, it would have been a nice hit. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stanley stepping back in. He bats from the right, plays third base for the Bulldogs. Blankenship coming set, going to throw back to first. Musselman's there safely. Blankenship stepping back onto the rubber. And coming set, 1-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Stanley gets under this one, sends it into foul territory. No one's going to be able to get that one down the first base foul line. Going to get it back in. The umpire dusting off the home plate. And they're getting that ball back in. Looks like we're ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down on Bryson Stanley as he steps in. Blankenship coming set. Runner at first. Chase Musselman has his lead. Blankenship receiving the sign. Coming set. Delivering the pitch. Low and away for ball 2. The count's even at 2 on Bryson Stanley, the sophomore. On deck is Jason Dukes. Here's the 2-2. Almost hitting him. That'll be ball 3. Bulldogs down by 2, 6-4. In the bottom of the 7th, the sun is finally almost set behind those trees here at Jackie Jones Field. Here's the full count pitch. And missing for ball 4. That was kind of scary. It was a close one. A good eye for Bryson Stanley. Jason Dukes is up to bat, 2 down. And Jason Dukes in today's game is 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch. In game 1, Jason Dukes was 0 for 3. Let's see what he does here. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. Time has been called, and the Telfair County head coach is going to come out and talk with his catcher at infield. Thought he was just signaling for the catcher and pitcher. Turns out he wants to talk to the entire infield. We may be making a pitching change for Telfair. They want to end this game 2 down. And he's just talking to him. I don't think he's making a pitching change. Jason Dukes is up to bat now. On deck is Chandler Lynn. And it looks like the catcher, Russ Ray, is returning back on the plate. He should be about ready to begin. Umpire writing something down in his notes there. You know, they have to keep track of all these substitutions and changes here and there and pinch runners, just in case there's any question about it later. Is there ever any question? Usually not, but you know, got to be safe than sorry. Next pitch to Jason Dukes will be ball 2. The catcher, Russ Ray, throws down to first, but Stanley is there safely. The Telfair County fans are not happy about that call. Blankenship coming set. 2 balls, no strikes on Dukes. Here's the pitch. Dukes watches this one for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Jason Dukes. He's way ahead here. The lights are on at Jackie Jones. Here's the pitch. And it's missing for ball 4. 2 down to bring up center fielder Chandler Lynn with the bases loaded.
Next up, for Toombs County, number 3, Chandler Lynn. For number 22, Gray Stevens on the day.
Chandler bats from the left-hand side in today's game. In game 2, he's walked 3 times. In game 1, he walked twice and flew out to the center fielder and flew out to the second baseman. First pitch to him's in for a strike. In game 2, he walked 3 times, as I mentioned, but grounded into a fielder's choice. His 4th at bat. So he's 0 for 1 with 3 walks right now. This pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit. It's going to score 1, and it's going to score 2. Here comes the run to the plate, and Bryson Stanley's there safely, and the Bulldogs have tied it up here in the bottom of the 7th inning on a 2-run RBI single by Chandler Lynn. Gray Stevens could end the game driving in one of these runs. There's a runner on first and second. Let's see what the Bulldogs do here.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 22, Gray Stevens. Number 12, Trey Cloud on deck.
Time has been called. Derek James was talking to Gray Stevens, who's up to bat now. And now Gray Stevens is stepping in, batting from the right-hand side, DHing today in game 2 for Cody Cortez. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike, outside edge. Gray Stevens is 2 for 3 in game 2. Here's the pitch. That was almost hitting him for ball 1. The Bulldogs, if they score 1 more, that'll be the game. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blankenship coming set. Here's the 1-1. Stevens swings and misses for strike 2. Oh, no. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Stevens swings and misses. And we're going into extra innings. That's what I meant by are you thinking what I'm thinking? And to extra innings we go. The Bulldogs tying it up in the 7th by scoring. Let's see, they scored 3. We're going to take a break and come back at the top of the 8th on Y101.
Check out these great deals going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in lines like 8-foot battery booster cables, $8.99, or 10-foot battery booster cables, $14.99. Max Premium Starting Fluid, $1.99. Chevron Dello 400 SDE HD diesel motor oil, $12.99 a gallon. 2.5 gallon of diesel DEF, $9.99. 20-piece SAE metric 12-point socket set, 3/8 drive for $29.99. There's some more great savings going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in lines, and we hope to see you there.
The Sandwich Shop, located at 213 Green Street in Vidalia, has all your fresh homemade sandwiches. Amy and the gang can fix you a sandwich with over 20 different varieties of sandwiches, from the common BLT to a Philly steak and cheese. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Give them a call at 537-9263. Hope to see you there.
This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lyons, Vidalia, Y101. This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lyons, Vidalia, Y101.
And welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. I mentioned earlier in today's broadcast that if you want to try to make a comeback, you need to try to do it early, because the later you wait, the less of a chance you have for it happening. And I wasn't saying that just because it never happens. I was saying it is because more times than not, it just doesn't happen. But the Bulldogs did this today in the bottom of the 7th. They scored 3 runs to send us to the top of the 8th inning. And that's where we are right now. The Bulldogs have 6 and the Trojans have 6. We could be in for a long night. They went 11 innings versus Coffee County before falling short. Jude King is up to bat. Here's the pitch. He lines this one high up into the air into right field. Trey Cloud moving over and makes that catch for out number 1. You know, this reminds me of a long time ago in 2018. Really wasn't that long ago, but in 2018 when I was calling these games, there was a doubleheader here. I believe we may have been playing Brantley County. First pitch to Blankenship's high. And the game one, it ran 7. But game 2 went on and on and on and on. I think we went into 12 innings, 13 innings. It was something like that. And the score was high. It was a high-scoring game. Next pitch missing to make it 2-0. It was like in the teens and 20s, that scoring game. And in some point of the radio broadcast, I believe I said, I don't care who scores and who wins, just so long as this game ends. Well, that was after we'd already played like 12 or 13 innings. Here's the pitch. And missing. And Stanley's going to walk Blankenship. One down, then I bring up Jarrett Dobson, who pitched 6 complete innings for the Trojans, and now he's back at short, playing a shortstop position.
17, Rogers.
Dobson steps in, bats from the right-hand side. Runner getting his lead. Stanley coming set. And here's a pitch to the plate. High for ball 1. Stanley working from the stretch, coming set. Here's the 1-0, runner going. And here's a throw. It was on line, but not in time. That pitch was called a strike to make the count even at 1. Watts at third, Gordy at short, Brantley at second, Knight at first, Stanley on the mound, and Dukes behind the plate. This pitch hit on the ground to Dawson Brantley. Brantley fields it, fires to first, out there. Run gets down to third, 2 down. That'll bring up Jonathan Rogers. In game 2, Rogers is 0 for 3 with a walk.
Up next, Telfair County, number 17.
Now, in game 1, he went 1 for 4 with a double. Rogers steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Stanley coming set. Here's the pitch. This ball fouled off the tip of the bat for strike 1. Stanley coming set, giving a look at his runner at third. Here's the 0-1. Low for ball 1. Stanley coming set. Here's the 1-1. Almost hitting him for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jonathan Rogers. The Bulldogs looking for a win. They need one. Their record right now is 1-5. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. If they lose this one, it'll go down to 1-6. Stanley coming set. Here's the 2-2. This ball's lined out in the left center field, and that's all the way to the fence. 1 run's going to score easily. Rogers is grounding first, going to second. Here comes the throw to second base. Dawson Brantley blocks it up, but Rogers is there safely. RBI double by Jonathan Rogers. And that puts Telfair County ahead 7-6 here in 8. That'll bring up Noah Harrelson. Harrelson's 0 for 3 with a walk today in game 2. He bats from the left-hand side. Stanley coming set. Winding and delivers. And this pitch is inside for ball 1. So the Trojans have made it where the Bulldogs have to come in and score at least 1 to keep the game going. Next pitch is high for ball 2. And if the Dogs don't, the game is over. Two balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. High for ball 3. Three balls and no strikes on Noah Harrelson. Trod for that runner at second. He's back safely. Three balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that'll be ball 4. Two down. That brings up Landon Connell, wearing number 21.
Up next, number 21, Connell. Number 11, Ray O'Day.
Stanley coming set, working for the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Coming back, coming set on the mound. And here's the 1-0. Popped up into the air. Will it hang in play for Will Watts to make that catch in foul territory? And it did, but he wasn't able to make a play on it. I think he undershot that ball. That'll be strike 1. One ball, one strike on Connell. Stanley coming set. Here's the 1-1. This ball hit hard, foul, down the right field foul line. And that'll be strike 2. Stanley coming set. Here's the 1-2. Swing, fouls this one off. Hit the umpire in the head. I think he's okay. All of them, both the Bulldog coaches, you had Derek James and Coach Patrick Kraft came up to talk to the umpire, made sure he was okay. The first base coach for the Telfair Trojans came up to make sure he was okay, and now they're returning, and the umpire says he's okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Connell. As Dukes settles back down behind the dish, Stanley coming set on the mound. Here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. However, the ball is getting by catcher Jason Dukes. Well, first base was occupied, so he's out. Okay. Yeah, there you go. He was out. Anyway, we're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Bulldogs have to score a run or the game is over. We'll take a break. We're coming back on Y101.
Gary Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly. And this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it. And the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner at 537-2530. Or if your foot's are hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Tar Land and Timber and Line.
So the Trojans scored 1 in the 8th to put themselves ahead 7-6, and the Bulldogs have to score 1 here in the bottom of this inning or the game is over. Up to pitch is number 7, Jude King, still for the Telfair County Trojans. And he's still warming up on the mound. Up to bat is senior Trey Cloud, followed by freshman Will Watts. Still warming up here. The sun has gone down, and it's quite chilly here at Jackie Jones Field. But it's not too bad. I keep saying that because it's really not that bad. It's bearable. People do it all the time up north. And it looks like King is ready to go. We're throwing it down to second. There it is. And here we go. Trey Cloud up to bat. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do here in the bottom of the eighth.
Leading off the Bulldogs in the bottom of the eighth. Number 12, Trey Cloud. Number 14, Will Watts on deck.
King coming set, working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cloud. Swing and a miss at a high fastball for strike one. I was being silent because for the life of me, I could not think of anything I wanted to say next. It's been a long day. It's been 5 hours. And they're hand delivering a ball to Jude King, the pitcher. Cloud steps back in. 0-1 on him. King coming set. Working from the windup. Winding. Here's the 0-1. Cloud swings and misses at an off-speed pitch for strike two. 0-2 on the senior Bulldog. King comes set. Winding. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, a high fastball for strike three. Got Cloud chasing there. One down. That'll bring up Will Watts, the freshman. I refer to him as the freshman because he's the only freshman that starts varsity. So, the freshman. Will Watts in today's game is, or I say today's game, the second game of the day is 1 for 3 with a sac fly, which scored a run, a backwards K, a fielder's choice, and a base hit. 1 ball, no strike. King coming set, winding. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. That'll be 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Watts. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch. Nice pitch called for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Will Watts. King coming set, delivering the 1-2. Here it is. Missing for ball 2. Telfair County fans were sure that was strike 3. Here's the 2-2 from King. Fouled off behind home plate. As I keep saying, if the Bulldogs don't score at least 1, the game is over. On deck, Logan Knight. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball called. Strike 3 on the inside edge. 2 down. Bring up Logan Knight. Knight is 0 for 4 in today's game, grounding out to the shortstop, grounding out to the pitcher, grounding out or swinging bunt to the catcher, which the catcher handled, and a fly out to Trey Bass in center. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Fouls off. Out of play for strike 2. Logan Knight up to bat. The Bulldogs have to score at least 1. Or the game is over. On deck, Alex Gordy. King coming set. Here's the 0-2 tonight. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. The Telfair County Trojans beating Lyons 7-6 and 8 for game number 2 of a 2-game series today. We're going to take a break and wrap up a long day on Y101.
Jerry and Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner at 537-2530. Or if your foot's are hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you.
Need a loan? You're always on the winning team with First Franklin. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
For over 75 combined years, the campuses of Southeastern Technical College have been providing education for the real world. STC Swainsboro and Vidalia locations give students from Glenville to Wrightsville access to local, high-quality training that won't break the bank. From accounting to welding, Southeastern Tech's programs give you the tools to succeed now, whether you've just graduated high school or you're looking to kickstart your career. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Well, welcome back. It's been a long day here at Jackie Jones Field. These games are supposed to be in Telfair, and the bottom line is the Bulldogs waited too long to try to score in Game 2, and in Game 1 they just didn't score runs that were on the base paths. And that seems to be what's troubling the Dogs the most this season. They put runs, they'll put batters on second and third, and then they'll be unable to score them. And it's just going to have to be, a thing of arranging your lineup a certain way or getting your batters to be more aggressive at the plate or whatever that may be. Chandler Lynn went 0 for 2 in Game 2. I'm sorry, that's Game 1. Chandler Lynn went 1 for 2 with 3 walks in Game 2. Gray Stevens went 2 for 4 with a hit by a pitch and an RBI single. Trey Cloud went 1 for 5. Will Watts went 1 for 4 with a sac fly that scored a run. Logan Knight went 0 for 5. Alex Gordy 1 for 4. Chase Musselman 0 for 4. Bryson Stanley 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch and a walk. And Jason Dukes also went 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch and a walk. Chase Musselman pitched Game 2, 5 1/3 inning. He allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned, 1 walk and 1 K. Lucas O'Connor came in and pitched 2/3 of an inning, and Gavin Hall came in and pitched 1/3 of an inning. He had 2 walks and 1 K, and Bryson Stanley pitched 1 2/3 inning. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run, it was unearned, 2 walks, and had 1 strikeout. Well, the bottom line is the Bulldogs lost both games today. They lost Game 1 5-2 and Game 2 7-6, and they fall to 1-6 on the season so far, and the Trojans improved their record to 4-1. It's been a long day, so that's enough of a wrap-up. The Bulldogs will be back in action on Tuesday, February 25th at Tattnall County. The junior varsity will have a game at 4, and the varsity will follow after that. Thanks to Robin back at the station for a long Saturday. I am sportscaster Bryce Brady. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Baseball on your home of the Bulldogs, Y101.
Toombs County High School Bulldog Baseball brought to you in part by
Wiggins Health Associates in Vidalia, Geiger Insurance and Taxes in Line, Toombs Auto Parts in Line, your Napa dealer, Heritage Ag Supply in Line, The Sandwich Shop in Vidalia, Periphery Galaxy Food Store in Line, Southeastern Tech in Vidalia, Gordy Enterprises in Line, Saxby's in Vidalia for indescribably good chicken, First Franklin in Vidalia, Reedy Creek Meat Company, 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, Rivers Heating and Air in Vidalia, Harold and Lucretia Nobles in Line, Stevens Truck